Shining Spark, terrific finish. Sunline, back by the fire, accelerator the outside, but it's the fire. He's stretching, he's Dutch, he's holding accelerator and the fire. What a hood!
It's Sunline by a length. Longrow trying to level up. Great battle. Sunline, Longrow. Longrow's getting to the front pair, and Longrow beats Sunline by a neck. Longrow getting to Royal Code, distinctly secret running a race, 100 metres to go, Royal Code Longrow, Royal Code Longrow, Longrow's driving hard and wins it.
Shogun Lodge is coming after Longrow, but Longrow extends, and away he goes. He's holding Shogun Lodge. Longrow wins for Chipping North. The fire starting to lengthen stride now. He's displaying that great turn of foot. Here he comes, the fire. He's gobbling them up. He's racing away. Oh, what a hood.
Wow, how does that whet the appetite with two Group 1s up for grabs this afternoon, including the Ryder Stakes, where Longrow is currently $1.70 favourite on the tote, ahead of Defier $3.10. The rest are at double figure odds. What a match race. So much to look forward to. New Zealand, they move into line. This is our 7th New Zealand race, the 5th on the card from Te Rapa. And I can tell you one course in New Zealand, or in the tote in New Zealand, the favourite is number 5 at $5.80, ahead of number 2 at $6.05, and from there, number 11 at $7.50, and number 15 at $9, so jingling. Number 15's at $9.80 and the 14's at $9 odd in New Zealand. So some good overs to be snapped up there, and the 17's a 50 to 1 chance. Now, Caulfield, another look at this first race for 2-year-old fillies. And the fancied runners, French Bid ahead of Come On Rory and Look Jonathan on page 1. Luster is currently the tote pick behind Sister Catherine for Stephen Arnold, barrier 1.
Few of them today. Most of them ready. There's Luster now going up into the stalls. Pride and Grace to get set and French Bid. And we'll have them right to go. Supervobus handicap. The track is good. Rail True 4.15. And they're set to run for the first on the card. Racing now. French Bid winning the jump on the outside. Deborah's Joy got away well. Look, Jonathan also began fast and going through as Princess Nova as they settle down. And Come On Rory driving through along the inside. So it's pretty fast early. And at the 800, Come On Rory retained the inside and the lead. About 3/4 clear. Classy Darcy second. Look, Jonathan wide out third. Sister Catherine getting a nice trail into the race. Fourth the inside, and then Deborah's Joy. 1.5 Princess Nova, Luster, Striking Lila, and then French Bid, who's gone back to second last now. And Pride and Grace is last. Come On Rory the leader around the home turn from Classy Darcy. Look, Jonathan deep out. Sister Catherine right behind them on the inside, and then Deborah's Joy, Striking Lila, Luster, and French Bid as they cornered. Come On Rory first round the turn from Classy Darcy. Sister Catherine going for a run, but just wants to lay in a little bit, and then Luster, who's starting to come home. Come On Rory in front. Classy Darcy is trying to level up, and Luster's running on from Sister Catherine. Come On Rory is being grabbed by Classy Darcy. Classy Darcy went home best and beat Come On Rory. Luster for third, and then Sister Catherine fourth, followed by French Bid, who made some ground, and then came Striking Lola, Deborah's Joy. A long break to Look Jonathan from Princess Nova, and the last all of the way was Pride and Grace. Tried at the longer odds. Classy Darcy has made a winning debut. A 2-year-old filly by Blazing Reality from Easy Steps, trained by Ken Keys and ridden by Stephen Baster. 3 Classy Darcy first. Come On Rory leading up, but being reeled in just in the last little bit of the race. And Luster getting up for third. Sister Catherine following the leader, but just reluctant to finish her race off. 3, 1 and 8 in the first. The time is 1:04.06. 3:18 confirmed.
Bay did get 4th, so we await the first 4 to be confirmed. Massive day of racing today at Rosehill Gardens. Let's rejoin Ian Craig.
Thank you, Brendan. And again, hello everyone. Welcome to Rosehill with the weather fine. Crowd starting to build. Not as big at this stage as it was here last Saturday, but I'd imagine we'll have a big swell after the first of the day. And they're moving in. Popular pick on the toe to New South Wales, number 3 Ultimate Fever at 380. Number 1 How Funny at 440. 460 for number 4 Shamika. And Santissima not forgotten at $4.80. And on track, Ultimate Fever is the favourite. Good support for How Funny, second pick, Shamika, third elect, and then Santissima. Now they're moving in well. Ultimate Fever comes in. Chris joins us now. Hello to everyone, and welcome to our Sky Channel viewers. As Fragmentation, Grisabella and Shamika are the three to move in. This race last year was won by Victory Vane, beat the Ultimate Slipper winner Callaway Gal. Gates are back and they're off, and Ultimate Fever dawdled out, missed it by 2 lengths, and Shamika and Bella Corona the joint leaders from Fragmentation. And then comes Grisabella, Soak Up the Sun, followed by Aim for Gold, Timberina, Santissima, How Funny. And after a very ordinary start, Ultimate Fever's tacking on down past the 850, and Shamika getting across towards the rails, leads clearly now from Fragmentation. Bella Corona on the rails is third, followed closely by Grisabella, and then on the inside Soak Up the Sun, and wider out is Timberina, followed by Ultimate Fever, and then very deep How Funny. Aim for Gold is second last, and bringing up the rear Santissima. 500 out in the Magic Night, and Shamika leads the way from the interstate rep Fragmentation. Bella Corona on the inside is third, followed closely by Soak Up the Sun, and then comes Ultimate Fever. How Funny to the extreme outside and trying to get onto its back Santissima. Shamika leads coming down to the 200 marker. It's Shamika a length and a half. Bella Corona, they've got a good margin. And then on How Funny, Shamika the inside still in front. Bella Corona can't get her at the moment, followed by How Funny. Shamika is hanging on. Yep, she's home. Shamika has beaten Bella Corona, and Soak Up the Sun was a distant third, followed by Aim for Gold, Ultimate Fever. Well, whatever chance it had, it blew it at the start. And then Fragmentation, followed by How Funny, Santissima, Timberina, and Grisabella tailed off last. Number 4, Shamika, written by Jimmy Cassidy. Number 4, Shamika, written by Jimmy Cassidy. Strong tip this morning, and has done a darn sight better than the stablemate How Funny, raced by His Excellency Nasser Abdullah Hussein Luta, by Secret Savings and Gay Waterhouse, the trainer, and on the Tota New South Wales 450 and 180. Well, Ultimate Fever, eh? She came out of the stalls very, very ordinarily indeed. You can't give away those starts in certainly races such as this. And she was gone as soon as the stalls opened, which is a shocking luck for the backers of Ultimate Fever and the connections alike. Full numbers are 4, 5, 7 and 9. Shamika, Jimmy Cassidy first. Bella Corona tried a hard out to reach Shamika, and she was certainly game in defeat. A beautiful Crown filly, trained by Robert Pearce. Danny Beasley. Number 7, third, Soak Up the Sun by Desert Sun, trained by Graham Rogers and ridden by Dan Nicolek. And number 9 was the official fourth, and that was Aim for Gold. Few disappointments. How Funny, well, we've spoken about Ultimate Fever. She blew it at the start. Santissima didn't get home as well as anticipated. Shamika did the bullocking work, and she did it at the end to win by a margin to be determined. The time will be of interest. It's 1:10.57. 1:10.57. The race record Bint Masqué holds at 1:09.68. The sectional time here was 34.75.
That's a very slick last run home on a...
over the line in a time of 3:21.49.
And taking off at 12 and order around the next is Murtadi, Ramstein and Ahoy behind these. Broken Dream, and he can at the 600 metres was last of all. A little more pressure going on as they come to the home corner. Caravaggio's in front. Over on the outside, Jumble and Woburn's making a line of 3, and Herald is making a line of 4, and Black Musket bolting behind them and needs an out. And then Lone Star Lady, Woburn on the inside, Jumble and Caravaggio fighting on. And now Black Musket getting under the clear. Woburn in front. Black Musket out and after it. Jumble is fighting hard again on the inside. Woburn, Black Musket is flying on the outside. Whoa, very close. Woburn and Black Musket flying at 12 and odds. And then on the inside, Jumble, wonderful race. Murtadi, what about the run? He can. It's just behind them at the line. And then Belfin, Broken Dream, Caravaggio, Lone Star Lady, Herald and Ramstein Ahoy, and Figurative. Great finish. Has Woburn held on, or has Black Musket lunged? And then a 12 and Ord was absolutely rocketing down the centre of the track. Grandstand finish. Woburn was in front. Black Musket tried very hard. But 12 to 0, an amazing effort, really flying at the line as we watch the replay.
What a go that is. Woburn in front just before the line. Has Woburn held on? Hayden Tinsley. We'll await that to be called.
It really does look very good indeed. And I tipped it this morning. I'm going to leave it on top. There has been support for it and still represents value on.
They're set once more for race 2. The Capella and Super Vavis. Open field of fillies. They're set. Racing. Raven Protector jumped okay. Pom de Here began quickly. Dubai Ice jumped okay. Lady Sophia's driving forward looking for the lead, and Tequila Nottage is showing plenty of pace as they settle down. And now with about 900 metres left to go, it's Tequila Nottage just shading Lady Sophia with the inside. Miss Marion in the yellow colours driving through. Just off them wide is Dubai Ice, about a length and a half further back than Raven Protector from Pom de Here. A length away on the inside then goes Romantic Flyer from Emma Teller, and then Sparkling Gulch. Well back is Tenacious Spirit on the outside, followed then by Bush Honey and 2 to Vanetta. Up to the turn, Miss Marion through on the inside, leads narrowly from Tequila Nottage on the outside and 2 Lady Sophia. Dubai Ice fourth, just niggled out a touch on the outside, and then Raven Protector, Pom de Here, Romantic Flyer on the rails as they swing the corner, and next Emma Teller, and out wider is Tenacious Spirit. Miss Marion, the leader in the straight though, has the measure at the moment of Tequila Nottage on the outside. Raven Protector's running on. Dubai Ice is struggling. Down the outside is Tenacious Spirit, but Miss Marion is nicely clear from Tenacious Spirit and Pom de Here, but Miss Marion kept going. Too good. Miss Marion first, beats Pom de Here a length and a quarter. Tenacious Spirit's run a good race for a maiden third, and then Raven Protector. Bush Honey made ground. Dubai Ice struggled home, followed then by Romantic Flyer. Also struggling in the run home was Lady Sophia, followed by Emma Teller. Tequila Nottage showed pace before knocking up. Sparkling Gulch was second last, and Vanetta was last all the way. Well, Miss Marion obviously needed that run first up the straight, because she kept on finding something here this afternoon. 6 Miss Marion. Stephen Baster rides the first 2 winners, and this filly prepared by Steve McKinnon. Pom de Here second, Darren Gauci, and third placing going to Tenacious Spirit, ridden by Matt Pump. Ace fans are a very happy lot after that one. 2.30 second, $13 for third. That'll be winning soon. Tenacious Spirit, good run there. 42.10 Quinella, 101.80 the exacta. Trifecta 2,938.90, and the first double $241.30. Carlton Draft Handicap the third. It's due at 1.30.
Clouded as ever after Shamika's win. Very sadly had the 2 starts. Gets up on those hind legs and out he...
Correct weight on 4, 10 and 5. Fourth went to number 2. They've run 110.8. And we just have the New South Wales first 4 dividend to confirm. So we'll have that as soon as it is through. Winestock, the tote pick. And no surprise to see it. Strong Fan Club, the VRC size winner and English Premier winner. And it's been impressive in Melbourne. Gets its chance, although not nominated for the slipper, to reinforce the strength of the Melbourne form and how it compares with Sydney form here. Hammerbeam, the horse that dethroned Murphy's Blue Boy in a golden, should I say, Blue Diamond countdown. First 4 details at Eagle Farm with Rajar Prince fourth, $10,747.80. Correct weight details on screen as we return to Rosehill.
Just as Brendan links in, we're just posing a question here. The last horse to win the Pago and then go on to take out the Golden Slipper, Rory's Jester, back in 1985, for quite some time. This race was due to jump at 10 past 1. It's now 1:14. And I think he has finally consented. Yep, he's there now, Aracena. Hopefully for you backers that are aboard Aracena, he hasn't run his race before the jump. Now Hammerbeam will be the last to come up. And he walks in without a worry in the world, a Hammerbeam, and we're set for action in the second of the day. This is the Cathay Pacific, the registered name, the Pago. They stand. They're off. And a beautiful start too. The Victorian Winestock is the early leader from Hipwell, jumping out pretty well. Aracena and Resistors not far away. Spermion very wide, followed by Danbird over on the inside. Sunset Run, then Best Northern, a couple Hammerbeam, and the rank outsider Garfish, the tail ender, 7.50 to go. And Aracena's Riders pressing on, and it goes to the front now from Hipwell. Third posse on the in, on about a horse off the fence now is Winestock, and very deep Spermion. Danbird's on the rails, then Best Northern, followed by Sunset Run. Resistors drifted back to third last. Second last is Garfish, and a Hammerbeam is the tail ender. Coming to the turn, and the Pago, and a Hipwell on the inside is the leader now. About a half length on Winestock, a length away third. Danbird trying to get clear. Best Northern into the open, followed by Spermion, who's never been on the track. And behind those Sunset Run, Winestock almost level with Hipwell. And as they reach the distance at the 200, Danbird's tackling the pair. Winestock, Hipwell and Danbird, followed by Spermion. It's Danbird on the outside, putting his head in front of Hipwell, and Danbird will win the Pago. Danbird from Hipwell and Winestock, and then came Spermion. Hammerbeam made up ground from Sunset Run, and then Garfish. Best Northern, Resistor ran second last, and Aracena, he ran his race before they jumped away with his atrocious barrier manners, and he finished tailed right off.
Across the line, 371, the regally related Danbird, a brother to a former slipper winner Catbird, Gerald Ryan, the trainer, and Greg Childs in the saddle. So Gerald Ryan collects the cash in the last of the 2-year-old lead-up races. The Quinella has paid $74.60, or should pay $74.60. Number 6th in 4th, Spermion, first for $2,160 and 2-horse race. Correct weight is there at Rosehill, 371, distinctly faster than what the fillies ran in the first on the card. Let's go to New Zealand for the Group 1 size.
Holds them up a little while, he's gone, and now Marufati. This is it. The Ford Manawatu sires of 2003. Marufati at 2.15 favourite. We are set. The 2-year-olds are racing in the Group 1 now. And getting back here was Catscan and Devastating. Quite astute, and Rutland Lass began slowly as well. A few of them on the pace here. Katana goes up. Magistrate Director and Khan between those. FT1 settles down just in behind them as Tadan goes forward. And Pay My Bail in the centre. Dragon Maiden is the next. Marufati back on the inside. And as they run past the 1,000 metres, Mohawks in company with those. A length and a half, quite astute. Waitoki Dream a little wider out, Devastating between them. And then we have Rutland Lass on the outside of Catscan as the Ford Manawatu sires run to the 800, and Katana shows the way. Khan second, Tadan's a little wider out. Magistrate Director, Sweet Seating right behind the pace. FT1 follows that, and then Pay My Bail, Dragon Maiden a little wider out. Marufati all strung up in the centre. Then on the inside, quite astute, Dragon Maiden went back. Mohawk in the centre as they near the corner. Then Waitoki Dream, Rutland Lass and Catscan last as Katana comes to the home corner. Asked to run hard now. Katana 2 in front from Magistrate Director. FT1 Marufati's getting into the clear, and quite astute from a long way back is coming home generously. It's Katana from Marufati after it, and quite astute fighting on in the centre. Katana, Marufati's after her. He's coming home hard. He'll get up and he'll get the double. Marufati's done it. Salute from L.A. O'Sullivan has got the 2-year-old supremacy. Katana second, and quite astute third. Catscan, Waitoki Dream behind them, Mohawk. Then the next, Rutland Lass, Magistrate Director, FT1, Pay My Bail, Khan, Tadan, Dragon Maiden and Devastating. He's done it.
Sure has. He's wrapped up the size produce at Ellerslie and the size produce at Awapuni, 1-7-14, nailing Katana, the second elect on the line, and quite astute third. So Marufati gets the Group 1 double in New Zealand. Alf Matthews is looking for a race-to-race double of late male winners. Stand out, Alf.
Yes, Brendan, and looking for value as well here. And I've gone with number 10 at Medieval Legend, David Hall. Look, hasn't had a lot of experience, but I just think it's going to race in the right position. Whether it leads, it's not going to be too far away from the leaders. I like the way it pulled away from them at Geelong, and I think it's trained on quite nicely. Keen going sort of little horse stuff. It settles okay. No, I think it represents reasonable value. There was reasonable support for it on course earlier, and it's just started to get out a little bit. However, still less than its opening quote. Number 2, Royal Blue, again, I'm anticipating it to have a good run just behind the leaders. Can't knock its performance winning at Sandown. Weight-wise, got in fairly well here too after the claim for Matthew Pump.
Every opportunity with a soft rails run at Geelong, but he capitalised on it and won there. This is obviously a lot harder for him today. Now, No Bull moves in for Anthony Darmanin. Can't recall Anthony having a ride in town before. It might be his first. Now, obviously, King Precheur's right to run. He's coming along. So they're all in 1,400 metres. The Carlton Drafts, race number 3. Sensational Swing, the inside runner. Had no luck getting a run last start at Sandown. They're ready. Lights flashing. Starter has them for the 3rd. Ready now. Racing. Sensational Swing jumping well. One of the first out too is Royal Rule. And King Precheur's begun fast on the outside with True Glow driving forward. Lord of Lords settling in behind them now, and No Bull's on the improve. And as they settle down, going forward was Studebaker, but travelling deep. King Precheur the leader. No Bull goes up and joins it now, 1,000 to go. Royal Rule getting a good run over on the inside from Medieval Legend, and then about a length away is True Glow. A length and a half Sensational Swing, followed by Lord of Lords, and one to Studebaker, who couldn't get in 3 deep at the 800 metres. A length and a half behind him, Sailor Eve in the orange colours, followed by Anacard, and then Unvanquished, and last is Finian. 10 lengths covered them. No Bull went to the 600, a neck in front of King Precheur. 2 lengths to Medieval Legend and Royal Rule on the inside, and a length further back in 5th placing True Glow. From Sensational Swing, Studebaker, and then Lord of Lords. Anacard the rail being trailed then by Sailor Reavers, a long way back from Unvanquished and Finian. No Bull narrowly from King Precheur, and Medieval Legend 3rd as they cornered. True Glow running on from Royal Rule. Sensational Swing held up trying to work clear, and then came Lord of Lords and Sailor Reeve. True Glow hit the front at the 150 metres though. Sensational Swing and Sailor Reeve are after it. True Glow's in front from Sensational Swing, Sailor Reeve. True Glow wins it by 3/4. Sailor Reeve, a half-head Sensational Swing. Break to Lord of Lords, Unvanquished, and Studebaker, followed by Medieval Legend. In behind them, Anacard, and then King Precheur. And well back to finish was Royal Rule, who's dropped out of it. Finian at the end in company with No Bull.
$6.50 it's paid, $2.20 the place. Craig Newitt, the rider for Lee Freedman. And that minor end of the issue, Sailor Rev in the orange colours, perhaps a half head ahead of Sensational Swing. We'll await that to be confirmed officially from the track, and if we get that news, we'll pass it along. It's 1, 6 and 11. It should be 9 in 4th position. So big odds. The tote favourite New South Wales at $5.10. Well, the man who rode Rory's Jester to Golden Slipper success is hoping to train the winner of the Derby, Munro. He's with Joe McKinnon.
And you speak of Ronnie Quinton. He prepares Chatelaine. This filly has had an interesting career, a somewhat frustrating career, if you could say, Ron. She was still a maiden up until October last year, and she really hasn't had a lot of luck throughout her career.
No, you can really say that, Joe. It's been a bit of a frustration, all right. And we get even more frustrated with these wide barriers all the time. So, you know, Huey's going to have to ride a superb race from there, and I've left it up to him to sort it out the best way he can. But, you know, if she could have a reasonable run, she'll run a great race, I think.
So, obviously, the barrier then is your main concern. Now, how's she been training since her last start, 3rd placing at Randwick?
Very good. Very happy with her. Done everything right at the track. She ran a super race the last run after travelling wide all the way as well. So, you know, if we can have a bit more luck today, well, she mightn't be far away, because I think her form stacks up equally as well as most of these, and they're all a little bit in the same boat, these horses.
Good luck.
Thanks, Joe.
Let's hope Chatelaine can overcome the bad luck she's had in the past. Today, she can get a good run from the barrier 6 or 13. She'll be hard to beat.
Three-year-olds going around in the listed Derby, Munro, correct weight in Brisbane and nose, 2 lengths a half head, 2, 4, 3 and 5. First 4 dividends to be confirmed. The Derby, Munro as they move into line.
The Derby Munro 12 months ago was taken out by Jai's Jump. Brian York beat the Big Chill and Brits Best. Anyway, in a very open market here, Force Apollo the favourite. previous to Danbird. Number 3, Greg Childs, beat 7 Hipwell and 1 Winestock, 6 fourth, and 4, 5, 7, 9 in the first. Shamika beat Bella Corona, Soak Up the Sun, and Aim for Gold. Coupe, an interesting runner here, the Victorian, trained by Matthew Ellerton for Mr. and Mrs. David Haynes and their daughter. Now Coupe is about to walk into the line with Force Apollo. Lucida, Chuckle, Mining Silver and Chatelaine are the others out of the barrier stalls. Last look at the board, and $5 back to $4.90 goes Force Apollo down in grade this afternoon after, of course, the Canterbury Stakes behind Defier. And, of course, the Liverpool Cup behind Planchet. Mining Silver coming into its posse, and Chatelaine will be the last up. Chatelaine, a big filly by Flying Spur. She's got gate 13 to contend with here. And the line looks to be right. Ready to go. They're off this time, and Coupe, smartest out, commencing very well. Force Apollo will head Coupe, and Sentimental 2 are going quickly, and the same for Lucida and Rosmarino. Coupe's drifting back and trying to get in. A length and a half further away is Mining Silver, Stella Regale, followed then by Noble Spur, then Chuckle. Alive and Well getting out of its ground, followed by Red Ugal, Megdam, and Chatelaine is last. They come to the side and link up with the 800 marker. Rosmarino narrowly over Sentimental Tour. A couple to the favourite, Force Apollo, followed closely by Stella Regale, Lucida, then Mining Silver. Coupe's trapped right out off the track, followed by Alive and Well, Noble Spur, Chuckle, then Red Oog between horses over on the inside, Al Megdam, and a little more than a length to Chatelaine last as they come to the corner. Sentimental Tour with the inside running is shading Rosmarino. Force Apollo pulls around them now, followed by Stella Regale, Lucida, and Coupe's next, and up on the inside the grey Alive and Well from Al Megdam and Chuckle, but Force Apollo hits the front and halfway down the straight. Force Apollo raced away from Sentimental Tour. Rosmarino, Chuckle on the outside is making a belated bid. Force Apollo a length and a half on Chuckle, who won't get Force Apollo, and Force Apollo beat Chuckle. Lucida third, fourth Red Oog, and then Mining Silver, followed by Rosmarino, Sentimental Tour, and then came Chatelaine, followed by Alive and Well, Noble Spur, and further off was Stella Regale, Coupe, and Al Megdam finished last. Official placings in the third of the day. Number 1, Force Apollo, ridden by Darren Beedman, has proven too good. Number 1, Force Apollo, down in the grade this afternoon and up in weight, but still too strong for them. By Catrail from Clear Apollo, bred by Graham Mapp's Hobartful stud. The syndicate involving his family. John Hawkes, of course, the trainer. 1, 3, 9 and 11 are the officials. Force Apollo, D. Beedman first. Number 3, Chuckle, ridden by Jim Cassidy. Second for Gay Waterhouse by Danehill from Clowning. Number 9, third, Lucida. Battled on well. She had a wide run by Danehill from Peruzzi. Geez, some good breeding there, eh? Strike me pink. Catrail, Clear Apollo, Danehill, Clowning, Danehill, Peruzzi, Lucida 9, third, 11, the official fourth, and that was Red Oog. Accordingly, the tote dividends in New South Wales: number 1, $5 and $2, number 3, $2.80, number 9, $5.40, Quinella $15.70, Exacta $30, the trifecta $542.60, the 1, 3, 9, 11 first four $3,496.70.
And the sniper cam focuses firmly on the Map family, Graham Map family colours, Hobartville Stud Syndicate colours, the yellow sleeves, yellow cap, that brown star and white colours. Darren Beedman presses the button and away he goes. Chuckle again running a very good second. She's run 8 second placings for Rob and Jenny Ferguson. 12 starts, 1 win and 8 seconds. Rob, Jenny, I hope you get a second win not too far.